Priscilla Presley's son, Navarone Garibaldi Garcia, is defending his decision to ask the public for help launching a pizza business from his Los Angeles driveway. The musician says he has already saved thousands of dollars and is not asking his mother to finance every business idea he develops. But after critics questioned why someone connected to one of entertainment's most famous families needed a GoFundMe, a small neighborhood pizza plan became a much larger argument about privilege, investment, and what crowdfunding is supposed to be. For verified entertainment updates without the rumors, subscribe to Startline Entertainment. The latest confirmed development is that Navarone launched a GoFundMe on Friday, July 10th, seeking $5,500 toward the purchase of a commercial pizza oven. His stated goal is to produce affordable organic pizza and sell it from his driveway in a Los Angeles neighborhood with substantial pedestrian traffic. As of the latest check on July 12th, the campaign displayed approximately $2,880 from 56 donors, though crowdfunding totals can change at any time. The fundraiser says Navarone located a used industrial oven originally priced at $14,000 and negotiated the cost down to $8,500. He says he has $3,000 saved for the purchase and has already identified sources for the dough and sauces. The $5,500 campaign target represents the difference between his savings and the negotiated oven price. That financial breakdown is important because some of the initial reaction characterized the campaign as though Navarone were asking strangers to finance the entire venture. According to his own campaign description and later comments, the criticism began after he promoted the fundraiser through Instagram. Some users asked why he would seek public donations rather than requesting money from his mother, Priscilla Presley. Others argued that his family connection gave him access to resources unavailable to a typical person starting a small business. People reported that at least one critic described him as extremely privileged and claimed he had never worked for what he had. Navarone responded directly. He said he operates with regular bills and a personal budget despite the assumptions people make about his family. He argued that investing all of his available money into every new idea would quickly leave him broke. He also emphasized that he was not pressuring anyone who could not afford to contribute. His explanation for not asking Priscilla was similarly direct. Speaking with TMZ, Navarone said his mother supports the concept, but he cannot turn to her for funding every idea he considers. He joked that doing so could eventually leave both of them without money. He also predicted that she would visit the driveway business for a pizza once it was operating. That does not establish Priscilla Presley's finances or prove that she could or could not fund the project easily. No verified financial records reviewed for this story show what resources she has available for her adult son's business plans. The only confirmed point is Navarone's statement that he chose not to ask her for this money. He also rejected the suggestion that he had never worked. Navarone pointed to his experience acting in films and touring with a rock band. He is the lead singer of the Los Angeles-based group Them Guns and has pursued music independently of the Presley name. He told one critic that restaurants frequently begin with money from more than one person, comparing crowdfunding to the broader practice of taking investments. There is an important distinction, however, between traditional investment and a GoFundMe donation. A conventional investor generally receives equity, repayment rights, or another legally defined financial interest. The fundraiser reviewed here does not publicly promise donors ownership in the pizza business. Instead, Navarone has described contributions more like advanced community support, saying donors could receive free pizza when visiting Los Angeles. He says he is retaining a list of contributors for that purpose. The exact terms of that offer are not fully detailed on the public campaign page. The fundraiser does not specify how often a donor could request pizza, whether the benefit expires, or how it would operate if the proposed driveway business later moved into a commercial location. Those questions do not prove anything improper, but they are details potential contributors may reasonably want clarified before donating. Navarone said the food itself would eventually answer his critics. In an Instagram story posted Saturday, July 11, he predicted that once people saw the first pizza produced by the oven, they would understand why he believed the purchase was worthwhile. A day later, he shared screenshots of donations and said the response was what he had hoped crowdfunding would produce. He has described the proposed business as a way to provide affordable organic pizza to his community while avoiding the immediate expense of leasing and operating a conventional restaurant. His fundraiser says the costs of marketing, advertising, and a brick-and-mortar location had previously stood in the way of starting a business. The driveway model may reduce certain expenses, but the public campaign does not explain the venture's permits, food service approvals, insurance, zoning compliance, or health department requirements. No reviewed source confirms that those regulatory steps have already been completed. This does not mean the concept cannot operate legally. It means the current fundraiser focuses on the oven rather than the full administrative plan. That unresolved point matters because purchasing commercial equipment is only one part of opening any food business. Local rules may govern where food can be prepared, how ingredients are stored, whether customers can visit a residential property, and what inspections are required. Until Navarone publicly provides more detail, viewers should not assume either that the venture has full approval or that officials have rejected it. Another point requiring clarification is his age. The July 12th People headline described Navarone as 37. However, People's own previous profile says he was born in 1987, and multiple biographical references give his birth date as March 1, 1987. That would make him 39 in July 2026, not 37. The script therefore uses 39 and treats the age in the newer People report as an apparent factual error. Navarone is Priscilla Presley's son from her long relationship with Marco Garibaldi and was the younger half-brother of Lisa Marie Presley. His connection to the Presley family is the main reason a relatively modest local business fundraiser has attracted national entertainment coverage. That family connection also explains the central criticism, but it does not answer it automatically. Being related to someone famous does not prove that a person has unrestricted access to family money. At the same time, public donors are allowed to consider privilege, transparency, and need when deciding which campaigns they wish to support. Crowdfunding is voluntary. Navarone has said people who disagree with the project do not have to contribute. The start line takeaway is that the verified story is more specific than the social media arguments surrounding it. Navarone is not claiming to have no money. He says he has saved $3,000 and wants the crowd to fund the remaining $5,500 needed for an $8,500 event. He is not publicly offering ownership in the business, but he has promised pizza access to supporters. He says his mother likes the idea, while he has chosen not to ask her to bankroll it. What viewers should not assume is that Priscilla refused him, that he is secretly wealthy, that the business is already licensed, or that the fundraiser guarantees the restaurant will open. None of those claims has been publicly established. What changed after the campaign launched was the scale of the conversation. A plan to sell pizza from a driveway became a debate over whether famous relatives should use the same crowdfunding tools available to everyone else. Navarone's answer is that he is contributing his own money, offering something in return, and giving people the choice to participate. The next meaningful update will not be another argument in an Instagram direct message. It will be whether the fundraiser reaches its target, whether the oven is purchased, and whether Navarone can turn the proposal into a functioning, legally compliant food business. Until then, the clearest confirmed status is this: the fundraiser remains active, donations are being accepted, the stated goal is an industrial oven, and Navarone Garibaldi Garcia is standing behind the decision to ask his audience for help.